Hey, it's Patrick, and today we are going to show you how to install LA Choppers 12-inch thresher bars on this 2020 Road Glide. Now, these bars will work with your stock cables. This install is going to be the same for 15 up through 23 Road Glides. With me today is Mustachio Jones, otherwise known as Ewan, the new guy who took me seriously when I said we were going to install handlebar mustaches on ourselves for our handlebar install today.
And if you're wondering, I don't look or feel like an idiot at all. But the Thresher bar is going to be great for the Road Glide. They were designed specifically with the Road Glide in mind. They're targeted at that T-bar look and feel without all the extra cost and work that goes into installing a traditional T-bar setup, which we do have a video for if you are interested in pursuing that route, which we'll link for you below.
And if you notice in the T-bar video, we do remove the gas tank. Today, we're not going to need to do that because we don't need to remove our handlebar clamp. If you are changing your clamp, you would need to remove that gas tank. And as Ewan said, we have a video for that.
And we're going to link all the tools needed for this in the description below. But first, let's get started with our first step, which is removing the ignition to start getting these bars off. So you're going to take your ignition and turn it all the way to the throttle side to 90 degrees, and then twist your key in a counterclockwise direction past your unlock position, and then take your finger or a pick and release a hidden pin underneath the ignition, which will free up the ignition to pull out. But don't pull too hard and lose your spring in the process.
So now we need to get our gauges out of our way. So we're going to take a little flat blade screwdriver. We're going to pry from the bottom on our little chrome trim. That's going to pop it up and out of there. Then we need a T25. There's a screw on either side of our gauge pod. We'll pull that off. That'll give us access to our gauges so we can get those unplugged.
So the next thing we're going to do is unplug the wiring from the back of our switch housing here, which will then give us access to a switch panel in the back where we can start unplugging our switch housings and our throttle by wire. But before we get down to the throttle by wire, there's a little zip tie we can clip so that we get a little more access and get everything unplugged and out of the way.
So now we're going to take our master cylinders loose. We're obviously not going to take off all of our lines. So we need to just kind of lay them out of the way wherever we can. I don't really like disturbing them too much. I try to keep them as upright as I can, which can be a challenge. But to help that, I'll like to take the mirrors off. It isn't necessary, but it just takes some weight off the master cylinder. So I'm going to take a 1/2-inch socket, pull the mirrors off. Then I'm going to take a T27 and take both of these big clamps off to release our master cylinders. Something you should know, this is the stock clamp. Inside the stock clamp is this pin here that goes in this hole on the stock bar. Our new bar doesn't have this hole. Normally, to reuse this clamp, you'd have to grind this pin on here. Well, LA Choppers does us a nice little favor and they send new clamps. So we don't have to grind this pin out of here and use this 17-pound behemoth that Harley sends for the new bar setup. They actually send new perch clamps to go with the bar, which is really, really great.
Now everything's freed up, so we're just going to take a 1/4-inch Allen and release the 4 bolts holding our clamp down onto the bars, and make sure you support them when you do this because they'll start to slide free. Another important thing to note is we're doing this on a lift so that our front wheel can't move at all, but if you're doing it where you might plan on moving the bike, it is important to have an ignition tool that you can drop in here so that you don't misalign your ignition if you do turn the bars once you start doing this.
With our new handlebar setup, all you have to do is drive this down. You can take a punch like this. You could actually use a socket extension if you want. We're just gonna drive this straight down underneath our clamp. Bob's your uncle.
So the next thing we're gonna do is take our T25 to get both of our switch housings loose. Then we're gonna slide our wires out through our old bars so that we can get them on our new bars.
So basically got 2 little tabs here that are kind of holding this together. You definitely don't want to shear those off. We just kind of lift it up and now it comes loose and now we can pull our wires through. Right here, we have 2 sets of wires. The small set is going to our switch housing. This bigger wire, which these are gonna have to move together, is to our throttle by wire piece right here. So if you pull on that, that's gonna start to bring, these kind of have to come out together. There, as you see, as he's pulling on this one's moving too. So this is what we were hanging up on before. The edge of this plug hangs on the edge of that hole. You don't wanna pull on that too hard because you'll pull those wires right out of that plug. So make sure you push those in there. Now we're just gonna kind of feed them along. Okay, so now we need to run our switch housing wire and our throttle by wire back through the bars. Now, rather than just sticking them in there and trying to like push them like a wet noodle through there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a piece of string and some air. We're gonna place that piece of string inside the bar, blow a little air through it, and it'll show up down here somewhere. Once our string is through there, then we can attach our string to our wire. We want to tape it up real good. So we have some real tight bends to make in this bar. Then we're going to work that through. It's going to be a little bit of pushing, a little bit of pulling, and probably a lot of cussing. We're gonna get it through there. The one thing you have to remember on the throttle side is your switch housing wire goes through the cutout in the bottom of the bar, and you have to feed your throttle by wire through the end of the bar. You wanna feed them at the same time, but you gotta feed them from different source locations. So I wanna kind of mark this and put a piece of blue tape on it. That way, as this is being pulled through, I can kind of have an idea as this piece of tape gets closer to the end, where I'm at in here. Also, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this piece of string out of the end of here. Then we're gonna feed this through here. Now we need to take this, we need to attach these, but try to stagger them. So you don't wanna tape all these together like this. Because now you got this big blob that's trying to make it around these corners. So we're gonna attach our string down here, and we're gonna attach this back up here somewhere. And I might even roll this back like this. So instead of having these both facing this way, anything, like he said, that is gonna hang up in there, we don't want on there. And when I tape this, what I like to do is to shroud these plugs a little bit to kind of give them a little bit of a ramp, but don't get too much tape on there, you don't want a big blob. Then I'll tape up here a ways, then I'll take this extra string, I'll go back over the top, and then tape it again. Because what could happen here is this could pull loose off the tape inside the bar, which does happen, and you have to do it all over again. Now I'm gonna start this through here, hopefully, and then we will get this other one taped on. Once I get this going, we're gonna tape this down here. I'm just gonna kind of pull this into here though. What we don't wanna do is tape this so far back on this that it doesn't come out down here. So we wanna make sure we get it fairly close. The other nice thing about electrical tape is you can pull it and it'll stretch. So if you can get it on there tighter, which I'm not doing a great job of right now, pull it like this and stretch it over, it kind of grips better. So if you need to push with something, don't use a screwdriver because it's got a pointy end. If you have a 1/4" extension, be real careful because sometimes if that goes fast like that, that means we pulled it loose.
Just so you know, there are 2 of us here. It's nice to have a friend, but it's important to know this is the most difficult part of this process and will require the most amount of time. Make sure you set aside enough time for this. It is absolutely possible to do it by yourself, but it's always nice to have a friend to console with as you struggle and frustrate yourself with wires.
If you got a motorcycle, you should have a friend.
Yeah, having a friend's always good.
This is the first set of plugs from the switch housing. Okay, so we're gonna pull this through. Okay, see how we're running out of slack right here? But our other wire, we're damn close. That's why we mark this.
It's like trying to push a snake.
Little movement.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna pull this out of here. Ewan, push this in, and you're doing the right thing. You see the notches?
Yeah.
Small notch, big notch. So I'm gonna pull this through. He's gonna push it all the way in there. You ready?
Yeah. Woohoo!
The next side should be much easier because we're going to 1 wire instead of 2, and instead of 4 plugs, we only have 1 plug. So if you're doing this for the first time, it actually might behoove you to do this easy side first. We did the hard side first.
Take some of this right here. Slide right through there. Wax her up.
Here we go. Oh, look at that.
Thanks to the mustache grease, man.
Yeah, that little.
A wise man once told me you can pull electrical tape nice and tight.
Yeah, that is the benefit of doing it by yourself, is you can kind of feel what's going on both ends.
Bam!
Damn!
Much easier than the other.
Boop. With our bars wired, we're gonna bring them back over to the motorcycle and get them in place on our bottom clamp so that we can see where we're gonna want them on the bike so that it's comfortable. You can sit on the bike and get them pulled back to where is gonna be best for your riding style. And then we're gonna take some blue Loctite, get them on the 4 bolts, the 1/4" Allens that go onto our top clamp, and we're gonna tighten them down. And once we know where we want the bars to stay, we're gonna torque them down to 17 to 20 foot-pounds.
All right, now we need to start buttoning up our controls. And basically it's the same thing on both sides. I'm gonna slide the left side grip on. It goes underneath the switch housing. We're gonna put that switch housing together, take a T25. We're not gonna tighten everything all the way up. We're just gonna kind of get it started, because it's kind of a deal. You have to put these things together at the same time. We'll then take our master cylinder and our T27 and clamp it on there, and you'll see they kind of have to be clamped together. So like our switch housing here will clamp down onto our master over here, same thing on the other side.
Yeah, when putting your throttle grip on, you want to make sure that the teeth will sync up with the internal throttle tube itself so that you feel it snap back. If it doesn't fully go on, it'll just free spin and your throttle won't work once the bars are back together. So now with our bars set up, we're gonna go ahead and start plugging our wires back in. Can't really mess this up. They're all different sizes, different number of prongs. Once those are all plugged in, the switch housing wires, we're gonna go ahead and put our instrument cluster back in, plug those in, and then pretty much once our wiring's clean, we're gonna go ahead and reinstall our gauge cluster with the T25s and get our ignition in. This should be good to go.
So we're all wrapped up. In addition to gaining some much needed functionality, getting those bars up a little bit, also changes the aesthetic of this bike a ton. You can do it on your kickstand. I would give yourself a solid afternoon, say a good 4 hours, couple of brews, and a buddy, he doesn't even have to have a fancy mustache.
That part's up for debate. But I mean, come on, look how good these look. Went from geezer glide to proper goon machine. So I just think it transforms the motorcycle. But if you have any further questions, go ahead and click the link, which will bring you to our product detail page where you can read what other riders are saying about the LA Choppers Thresher bars. If you have any further questions after that, go ahead and give our customer service team a call. They're all riders just like you, and they'd be happy to help you get out there on the road. Now, I'm Ewan. Thanks for joining me and talking about the LA Choppers bars. You know Patrick by now. I'll see you out there.